What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Now, he's the youngest United States champion in history and the youngest Money in the Bank winner. However, that's just the start of what looks like a rocket ride to the top of the WWE. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at how WWE is secretly creating its next megastar, aka the next John Cena. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. First, a troubled start. Austin Theory signed with the WWE in August 2019, working in NXT for a few months before debuting on Raw at the age of 22. Theory showed plenty of promise, whether it was his run in Zelina Vega's stable or his time as Seth Rollins' disciple during Rollins' run as the Monday Night Messiah. Theory's main roster run ended abruptly after he faced accusations during the Speaking Out movement. Austin disappeared from WWE television before returning to NXT. While Theory worked alongside Johnny Gargano, his biggest accomplishment on the Black and Gold brand was winning the 2020 NXT Year-End Award for Future Star of NXT. But is he the future star of WWE? Well, Theory was drafted to Raw in October as part of the 2021 WWE Draft. Things got off to an auspicious start when he laid out Jeff Hardy on the 4th October episode of Raw, introducing his gimmick of taking selfies with fallen opponents. Fans were uncertain what to make of Theory, but it was clear he was young, charismatic, arrogant, and possessed the physique Vince McMahon loves to see in his wrestlers. Theory's career took off when he impressed Mr. McMahon by stealing his priceless egg, a story that we'd rather forget, leading to Vince McMahon taking him under his wing rather than firing him. A perilous push. The Vince McMahon push presented some real opportunities for Theory, but it wasn't without peril. Theory got to appear on TV with Vince McMahon, quite the coup since Vince McMahon rarely appears on TV. However, as fans familiar with the Drew McIntyre Chosen One storyline can attest, having Vince McMahon behind you can be a double-edged sword. Fans wondered if McMahon's interference would backfire, or worse, McMahon would grow bored pushing Theory as his pet project and look for a new toy to play with. Thankfully for Theory, his push only picked up speed. He wrestled Pat McAfee at WrestleMania 38, defeated Finn Balor for the United States Championship, and weaseled his way into this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, winning that illustrious briefcase. Even in defeat, Theory has shown a knack for coming out smelling like roses. While he lost to McAfee this year at the Showcase of the Immortals, he helped Mr. McMahon defeat McAfee in a subsequent match. Likewise, Theory lost the US Championship to Bobby Lashley at Money in the Bank, but bounced back by winning the men's briefcase. He's also made sure to rub it in with the fans, boasting of his accomplishments and taking celebrity selfies at every opportunity. But what makes a megastar in WWE? Now, before we look at the WWE's plans to turn Theory into a megastar, it's important to differentiate a main eventer from a megastar. A megastar is a wrestler who can carry a promotion on their back, selling out arenas regardless of how weak the undercard may be, and helping the company in other ways, including selling merchandise and garnering mainstream media attention. Megastars in the WWE include such talents as Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, and The Undertaker. All four men were main eventers, but their success made them the face of WWE and often professional wrestling. Megastars are rare in wrestling, and they don't always have a long shelf life. The Ultimate Warrior looked to be a megastar, but it was obvious after he defeated Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship that he was lacking. In other cases, there have been multiple megastars in a company, such as during the Attitude Era when Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and The Undertaker took the WWE to brand new heights. The WWE hasn't had much success with megastars since the Attitude Era, but it hasn't been through a lack of trying. John Cena qualifies as a megastar, but Cena's polarizing effect on the WWE universe raises the question just how over Cena was compared to past megastars. There's no arguing he sold a ton of merchandise and drove ticket sales, enough that the WWE kept him in the spotlight throughout his career. Are they holding out for a hero? Is Vince McMahon looking to build a new babyface? Well, it certainly seems that way, and as we've pointed out before, having Roman Reigns demolish most of the company's babyfaces has made them look weak and gutted its main event roster. While Cody Rhodes' return promises a new top-tier babyface, the American Nightmare just turned 37, and he's talked about retiring in a few years. He's also injured. While there have been rumors of Roman Reigns turning babyface again, the Tribal Chief is also 37 and is working a contract that gives him a limited schedule. It's been some time since the WWE created a top babyface and succeeded. Drew McIntyre comes to mind as the WWE brought him back after his failed first run in the WWE, building him back with a huge push that saw him eliminate Brock Lesnar from the 2020 Royal Rumble and defeat the Beast at WrestleMania 36 for the WWE Championship. Unfortunately, the majority of the Scottish Warrior's run was during the pandemic, so WWE never got a chance to gauge his popularity in front of fans. But judging by his current push, it's questionable whether the WWE sees Drew as a megastar. A megastar has to be certain, but not someone who can carry the WWE for the next 10 years. But does Theory have the makings of a megastar? Does he have the tools to become a megastar? Well, on paper, he has it all. He's good looking, charismatic, can already cut good promos, knows how to work the fans, is ripped, and he has a good in-ring style that blends power and speed, something which has become the norm in WWE. There are X factors that can't be answered right now, including Theory's ability to get over as a babyface, his ability to grow as an in-ring performer, including that all-important ability to work with wrestlers with different styles, whether or not he's injury-prone, and so far the answer is no, and whether he can avoid any scandals such as a speaking-out accusation that jeopardized his WWE career early on. Theory has the potential to become a megastar, despite him only standing at 6'1", a height he shares with another megastar he's finding himself compared to, John Cena. So is he this generation's Cena? Well, the comparisons are hard to ignore. It's more than the physical comparisons, but the similarities in attitude and charisma. Just watch Cena's heel promos and work and you'll think you're watching Theory. Cena was obnoxious and arrogant, but over time fans couldn't resist cheering for him, especially as he incorporated more throwback jerseys and battle raps into his character. That's the direction WWE seems to be going in as Theory becomes the cool heel fans find irresistible. Once that becomes clear, the WWE will have to turn him babyface. Well, there's some pitfalls ahead. The first being the Dolph Dilemma. The first pitfall is a new program with Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler returned to Raw on 11th July, attacking Theory after his main event match. Fans are speculating why Ziggler is targeting Theory. Is he jealous of Theory's accomplishments? If so, some fans think Dolph would thwart Theory's obvious intent to cash in the briefcase at SummerSlam. While the case can be made that it's too early for Theory to capture the Undisputed Championship, the WWE could harm Theory's push if he fails in his cash-in. If Ziggler is going to play the spoiler, the WWE should have him lurking about whenever Theory tries to take the advantage of the ideal cash-in. This could allow WWE to keep the belt on Roman Reigns until WrestleMania 39. Another option is to have Ziggler manage Theory, but even at 41, Dolph has shown he's got plenty to give in the ring. A feud with Dolph will lead to some excellent matches, but what is the payoff? Theory isn't ready to turn face yet, and frankly, Ziggler's a mid-card act, which makes it a step down for Theory to wrestle him. So is it too much too soon? One question that remains unanswered is whether there'll be any fan backlash to Theory's push. Currently, Theory's super push is designed to create fan backlash, as it's obvious Mr. McMahon is manipulating things behind the scenes to give Theory the advantage he needs. But what happens when Theory turns babyface? If he's positioned as a main eventer, will the fans criticize his push as being too much too soon? How will they react when he defeats some of the WWE's veteran heels? It's a question that's impossible to answer until Theory is in a main event working as a babyface. John Cena was criticized for his megastar run in the WWE, with some fans feeling he went over far too many wrestlers and failed to create any megastars on his own. The counter-argument is that the WWE went with a reliable commodity in Cena and things turned out for the best as far as WWE management was concerned. It takes more than a strong push to propel a wrestler into the main event, let alone position them as a generational star who headlines a promotion for the next decade. Still, at 24, Theory will be 25 on 2nd August, Theory should have a long career ahead. Whether he connects with the WWE Universe as more than just another babyface remains unknown, but so far he's shown a strong work ethic and that he has the tools to succeed as the next John Cena or the next megastar in the WWE. What do you guys think? Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.